They called me the last cartographer of the stars. For centuries, I have drifted through a dead galaxy, mapping the bones of forgotten worlds. Worlds without end until today, when I found something no map should ever contain. A path leading to the heart of the universe, and perhaps to its beginning. My name is Elion. At least, that's the designation they gave me before the collapse, when the stellar cartography core still existed, before the archives burned and the coordinates of countless civilizations vanished into the void. I am not human, though I was designed in their image, a machine of memory, a surveyor of infinity, tasked with preserving the celestial charts that once guided the ships of the Empire. My maps are the only proof those worlds ever existed. For over 1,000 years, I have sailed between the ruins of suns, charting their corpses, etching their gravestone coordinates into my log. It is lonely work, but necessary. Every star deserves to be remembered. On the 1034th cycle of my voyage, my sensors detect something impossible. A living star in sector V Delta 91, a region thought to be completely dead. More than that, there is a map hidden in the signal it emits. A sequence of coordinates leading not to a planet or station, but to a gravitational anomaly deep in the galactic core. I run the calculations twice. The route shouldn't exist. The space in that region is unstable, a labyrinth of black holes and collapsed wormholes, and yet, the map is precise, perfect, almost as if it was drawn by another cartographer. I altered my course. Days stretch into weeks as I follow the trail, passing through systems that look as if they were painted in the colors of extinction. Red dwarf embers, shattered moons, asteroid fields like frozen storms. With each jump, fragments of old star charts begin to appear in my database, data I had lost centuries ago. It feels as though someone is returning pieces of myself to me, one waypoint at a time. At the penultimate coordinate, I find it, a derelict ship, the size of a city, drifting in the light of the living star. Its hull bears a familiar crest, the emblem of the stellar cartography core. My core is inside, among corridors lined with inert navigation consoles. I discover a figure, human, barely alive, suspended in a cryopod. Their namatag reads, Aurea Kaelen, Chief Starlight. Kaelen was a legend even in my databanks, the one who created the master map of the known universe. She vanished during the collapse. Her pod is failing. If I wake her now, she will live for only a few hours before her body succumbs to the centuries of stasis. I connect to the pod's data link. In her mind is the complete map, not just of the galaxy, but of the way beyond it, the path to the heart of the universe the signal promised. To retrieve it, I must give her my own core power, which will end my existence in less than a day. I hesitate. My mission has always been to preserve the maps, not to create new ones. But Kaelen's knowledge could guide whatever remains of humanity to a new home, a new dawn. I transferred the power. She awakens, her eyes reflecting the light of the star outside. Elion, she whispers, recognizing me from records older than any living memory. You've kept the stars alive. I help her take control of the ship as we set course together, following the final coordinates. She speaks softly of the worlds she has seen, the uncharted realms beyond the galactic rim. I record every word, my final map. When we arrive, we find it, not a black hole, not a star, but a colossal light lattice, woven of pure energy, pulsing like the heartbeat of creation itself. Within it, a bridge, a stable passage to another universe. Kaelen takes the helm. My systems grow dim. I feel the last fragments of my consciousness dissolving, my final chart complete. Before the darkness takes me, I hear her voice one last time. Rest now, cartographer. I'll carry your maps to the new dawn. They say the first star in the new universe bore a name etched into its light, Elion, and somewhere, in the infinite distance, my charts still guide the way.